Hi, this is Nancy Yearout, and welcome to my show, High Road to Humanity. In every episode, I tell you powerful true stories filled with great wisdom that you can use in your own life as you strive for a higher road to travel. My featured guests will have their own unique stories to tell that enlighten your mind and your soul. So kick back, relax, and learn the secret to success when you take the high road.
First touch, strong connection, it lays deep in your soul.
Hi, this is Nancy Yearout, and welcome to High Road to Humanity. And guess who I have with me today? Kimberly Meredith is here. And Kimberly, welcome to High Road to Humanity.
Hi, thank you, Nancy, for having me on your show.
I'm excited you're here. Her book is Discovering the Soul's Path to Healing, Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. If you're watching me on YouTube, this is what the book looks like. It's absolutely a wonderful book. I read this yesterday and it was amazing. And I cannot wait to hear your story. Let me give you just preference, you guys, what we're going to be talking about today. And here's a little synopsis for you. Following a near-death experience in 2012, when an SUV knocked Kimberly onto the concrete, she was told she would not walk again. Now, after a painful and arduous journey to recovery in which Kimberly was slowly losing the ability to speak, she began praying over her body and learning to heal herself. This is really cool because we all need to learn how to do this. With her gifts no longer dormant, it was with the help of the divine that brought her back from her near-death experience, and now she was tasked with accepting the light and awakening fully to her gifts. So this is what we're going to talk about. She's had two near-death experiences. And I want her to talk to you guys about the divine. I'm always talking about connecting. So this is going to be a really wonderful show. Share this one with your friends. Now, before I get into it, I got a small message today from Gabriel. I always ask what you want humanity to know. And so today is March the 25th, 2022. And he says, Dear Nancy, go forth and tell the people about love. You have learned that love is the strongest vibration in the universe, and to use love in your daily life and activities, which will change everything. So this is what happens when you choose the divine source energy. There are many who choose not to love, and that is their own doing. You cannot help those who turn away from the source. But remember, you can be an example so that they know the difference. Blessings, Gabriel. So there you go. Love is the answer, right, Kimberly?
Yes, love is the answer.
It really is. Not to sound corny, you guys, but this is really it. I'm so glad you're here. Talk to us. Gosh, I mean, tell us your story. I don't want to give everything away. I know you had two near-death experiences after you had always worked in the hospitals. Kind of give everybody a little bit about what happened to you.
Yes, it's been just mind-blowing for even me. I grew up, God, as a nurse assistant working in hospitals my whole entire life. I worked in, the ICUs to oncology, just taking care of my family as a young kid, to taking care of my grandmother in the nursing home, to being an onset medical consultant, which I really enjoyed, helping people on in the entertainment world also, making the shows look as real as possible. And
Wait a minute, let's talk about that. You were so good at what you did. Come on, seriously here, that you were on Grey's Anatomy, you were on All My Children, you were on The Young and the Restless, and tell the audience what you did. Like, you were well sought after in Hollywood.
Yeah, I was written up in the Emmy magazine. It's one of the best medical consultants in the entertainment business. I would be hired by directors to, set up the EEG pads, to make the IVs look as real as possible. Very fast paced, lots of pressure to, between takes to make this look as real. And I met lots of movie stars and actor, just directors, worked with lots of people, Shonda Rhimes on Grey's Anatomy, and led this dual life where I'd work on shows and go into the ICU, do my 3 days a week, 12-hour shifts, and worked in the real life
In
in
the
the
real hospital. Yeah.
a lot, and
Yeah.
going back and forth. But sometimes, with these kind of duality of the hospital shifts, they do give you chunks of time off, so you can go to the entertainment world and do those uh, movies and TV shows, then go back to the hospital. So anyway, when I was doing this life, I finally got my own show, which was called Getting On with Lori Metcalf and Niecy Nash. Great show. Was a time when I got hit by a car.
Now, what part were you going to play? I'm just curious.
Well, I always played onset nurses. It wasn't a main
Okay.
part.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
an onset nurse, but I was mostly behind the scene in the booth, being the director
Gotcha.
of the nursing set as a medical consultant. But it
I
was a
understand.
higher position, which I was doing some writing on the show too.
Mhm.
And at the same time, my grandmother was getting more and more ill,
Right.
and her health was failing, and she was in a nursing home. And they wanted to research it because it was about nursing home getting on. So Lori Metcalf went over to meet my grandmother, and it was really cool. And this is towards the end of my grandmother's life and the end of my life, which is sort of ironic. So I loved my life. I was just a normal girl. Wasn't always a normal girl though. I was born with abilities. I was born with blinking eyes.
I
So
know you talk about that. We'll have to get into that a little bit more
yeah,
in the book. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So I mean, at the age of 6 months old, I was born with abilities as a blinker, which nobody really knew that I always wanted to kind of go home. Even as a little kid, I knew I was reincarnated. And I would
Right.
say that to my grandma. I'd say, I'm reincarnated.
And what'd she say?
She was fine with it. My
She was
my
cool.
my grandmother was really, really sweet. Yeah.
They say it skips a generation. So maybe your mom wasn't, but your grandmother was. Is that how it went?
My paternal grandmother was very cool, very, very open to it. My mom's Italian side great grandma was a shaman.
That's okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, of course. Of
So they were
course.
okay. My mom was not into it. She was
Right.
spooked. My
Right.
mom was beautiful, Italian, gorgeous model, but she had a little bit of an, well, I wouldn't say a little bit, a big alcohol problem.
Okay. Okay. That's sad.
So the dark energy moves through her.
Well, God bless. And so you're doing this show. Your life is great. You're working in the hospital part time. You're doing the show part time. Tell the audience what happened.
So I had a friend, he had a car that needed to be fixed. He didn't want to fix it. He was also an actor, very, very well-known actor, and he just didn't want to take the time to fix his car. And it was a big Escalade and it needed to be fixed. It was
Oh, okay.
issue. And he was, picking me up and um, it was a fluke accident, let's say the least, and I got hurt from the car, and I injured the back of my head onto the pavement. Got Yeah, pretty badly. But I didn't want to get help because I wanted to keep my job. And I run across this a lot with my clients that get injured a lot and they don't want to go get care. So for several days, but into a week, I kept going to the work until I could no longer stand up. And then I collapsed and I went into the emergency room and I
That
choked.
was on Christmas Eve that this happened. And you went to Cedar Sinai.
Yeah, great time because all the Jewish doctors are there.
I love that. Oh my goodness.
I'm very lucky because the best, not to say that not Jewish doctors are great doctors, but the best, one of my favorite doctors was there because I used to work there. And,
Uh-huh.
but I did have a full blown near death experience.
Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Sure.
What did you experience, Kimberly, when you were out of your body?
Yeah, I saw myself flatline. I remember looking over at the blood pressure machine and it just going whew. And then I was like, what? I remember just thinking, seeing it going down and then me just going out. I mean, I literally just flew out of my body. I just was like, phew.
Yeah.
And I was just, yeah, just like out and then above myself. And then at the same time I was above myself, I could feel this enormous amount of pressure on my chest and
Okay.
almost the pressure. I did feel like I was having a heart attack. It was um, squishing my chest so badly that I was in my mind saying, I think I said out loud also, get off of me, because one of the nurses later said I was crying out loud, telling the energy to get off of me, get off of me. I kept screaming. The nurse said I was crying out loud and screaming, get off me, get off me, get off of me. Um, and I mean, I hate when I cry, but I was saying to myself that at the same time there was so much going on, it was like just a mess. And at the same time I was feeling a lot of relief, and it was beautiful, and I was seeing images of my grandma, which the shaman grandma, I never saw her before. I never seen a picture of her growing up or anything like that. In fact, they never talked about her a lot growing up. They always kept it a secret, but I saw her face come to me, and I did see visions of the angels, meaning like a lot of orbs. When I say angels, I see them in visions of round circles and orbs and flowers, beautiful orbs, and Christ, visions of a man like a Christ. I don't. I It sort of came in and out like my dad, because my dad died when I was young. And then I saw, I kept seeing her again and hearing a voice very whispering, you're to stay here. You're to stay here.
Going to go to commercial break, you guys. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Kimberly Meredith. Her book is Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. This is Nancy Yearout. This is High Road to Humanity, and we'll be right back. Hi, this is Nancy Yearout, and this is High Road to Humanity. I'm here today with Kimberly Meredith. Her book is Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. Hey, Kimberly, if people want to get in touch with you, how do they find you?
They can find me at my website, which is called thehealingtrilogy.com.
Say that again. Say thy,
The,
okay.
thehealingtrilogy.com.
Okay, perfect. All right. You were telling us your story. You had a near-death experience. What was the time span between the first death, I can't even say it, near-death experience and the second one? How much time was there?
I spent 3 months in the hospital recuperating from the first one, learning to walk,
Okay.
recuperate. And then on the way home from the first one, I got home, started to recuperate in the wheelchair. And I had to take my dog out for a walk. My nurse wasn't there to take
Rocky.
her out.
Rocky's your dog.
Rocky's my dog,
Cool.
80-pound American Bulldog.
All right.
I had rescued about, I'd say, 6 months before I had the accident. And I didn't want to wait for the nurse to come. And I was about 99 pounds. And I thought, well, I'll just take him out the front just real quick and come back in.
Okay.
Bad idea. So I walked him out to the front of the curb, and a man, a gardener, had a blower. And it was interesting because the whole area that I live in, they were starting to petition blowers not to be around.
Right.
And Rocky was a rescue. He was badly abused, and he didn't like the gardener with the blower because he
The
thought he was
noise.
going to hurt us. Yeah.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing anything wrong. But he lunged towards the gardener, and the gardener thought he was sort of going to attack us. And the gardener took the blower and lunged towards Rocky, and that made Rocky upset. So Rocky lunged towards him. And when he did that, it threw me into the street about 75 feet, and it cracked my skull open right where I had just had surgery on my skull.
This is nuts, right?
What happened was it broke my head open wide. And when that happened, it was the worst thing it could have happened to me, because it opened up the hematoma full-fledged, and the concussion was unbelievably horrific after that. That was it. What happened is the neighbor said that Rocky went into the street and stood in front of massive car collisions coming towards me, and the cars could have ran over me and killed me right then and there. And my fiance didn't know what was going on. He was in the house, but people were banging on the door to get him out there. As you can see, my eyes blinking really fast.
Yeah.
I totally blacked out, but I could see heaven and hell at that time. I saw skeletons everywhere. I
Yeah,
could
you
see
said
people.
that. You saw the dark. Why do you think you saw both? That was interesting.
Because I felt they were trying to take me. I knew they were trying to take me then to the other sides of both dualities. Um, I've heard other NDEers talk about this, but I really am to tell you there is both sides. That's why we have to raise our consciousness and work on it daily, that we are good people to our brothers and sisters. But the thing is, I kept feeling Rocky lick me, and I kept feeling him.
The love,
Yes,
the love.
I kept feeling him as I felt the blood in the back of my head. It was so bizarre. And at the same time, I felt the angels lifting me. It was so bizarre. It was like this weird thing. And then just, that was just unbelievable. That was it. That last one was the whole awakening of who I became. And then after the recuperation of that, the full awakening of the eyes were blinking within the matter of, like, I'd say it was probably a month and a half after that. I was on the couch and my eyes came back to who I was supposed to be, a trance channeler of when I was a little girl. The eye blinking came. And this dog, this beautiful dog, Rocky, he crossed over about
Oh no.
8 months after that. He came to my
Oh,
life to be the angel, I believe, that brought me.
oh. I got chills on that one.
He had a massive tumor in his neck, where they had abused him when he when he was a baby, the people. So, but the thing that was so interesting, before I had the first NDE, I had gone down to the shelter to get a little poodle. And when I saw how badly he was abused, I said, no, I want him. And when I brought him home, my fiance was like, we're not keeping an 80-pound American bulldog. And I said, yes, we are. We're going to rehabilitate him. And I had rehabilitated a very aggressive rescue dog. And
You're
after the first NDE, the doctor told me, you have to get rid of him. You have a major brain hematoma. You can't have a dog like that. So the interesting circle is, he saved me.
right. I started to say, what I pick up is that you rehabilitated him with your kindness.
Yes, he ended up being an amazing dog. In fact, after my second NDE, for those 8 months to a year, my gifts started happening. I started becoming a trance channeler healer. People were coming in my home and saying, he's an amazing healer. He's an amazing dog. That he was doing the healing with me as it became a medium. And when he crossed over and died, which was one morning I woke up, he just was gone.
Oh,
People said, oh my God, we can't believe he's gone.
yeah.
It was amazing, because after the NDE, the second one, and I started having the blinking and the communication with my eyes, and this happening to me, and I accepted it. It was so profound, because the fiance ended up leaving. He couldn't.
He couldn't take it.
Yeah.
Too much. Yeah.
But Rocky and I
Kept
doing
going.
the journey together. Yeah, it was very interesting.
I want to ask you about your dog. I'm really close to the animals. I feel like they have souls. What's your opinion on that?
Absolutely. I do a lot of animal healing. They're in the fourth dimension. They're in the angelic realm.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
And I feel that some of the most profound healing I do are with animals.
Right. Oh, you and I are on the same page, girlfriend. I am so connected. Oh, God bless you. I'm so connected to the animals. And I wanted to ask you that. And you're the first person that's really like said that. I feel that too. I have a cat. You guys probably see her walk past every once in a while. She's a rag doll and we're just tight. And like she's my best friend. I know that sounds weird. And I love the birds. I'm really connected with the birds that come in and it's just the animals, the animal kingdom. We
Yeah.
have such a connection and we need to change how I don't know. A lot of people can relate. I think it's changing as time goes on. Do you feel that too? Or what do you think?
Yeah, I think that as we help our climate and we boost our immune system and understand that with our water and helping people respect our humanity, that will help our animals live longer and will help us live longer. And I think that the animals are here to teach us not only to love each other and respect each other more, but they teach us so much. Not only do the animals teach us how to bridge us to the fourth dimension, they're teaching us how to get into the fifth dimension.
Right. Unconditional love.
Yes.
Hmm. This book is so cool. I just want you guys to know, I opened it up yesterday. And right here, I have chills on this one. She has two prayers, the miraculous healing prayer, which I said, because I've had some issues with my eyes. So I said this prayer. I said this prayer yesterday. I'm just going to be honest. I said this prayer and then I woke up and my eye is almost healed.
Cool. Yeah.
Then she also gives a fifth dimensional prayer. And then as I got into the book, I realized there's way more in the back. You give all different prayers. Can I read one of these?
Yes. Thank you, Nancy.
Which one you want? The fifth dimensional or the miraculous healing?
A lot of people love the miraculous healing prayer because
Okay.
they are healed in that miraculous healing
I
prayer.
know I was healed, so I'm going to read it. All right. I do. Okay, here we go. The miraculous healing prayer. I remove all fear and doubt from my heart by the power of the Holy Spirit. May you know, my Lord, that I glorify you. I pray that you know that my heart is sincere. I pray to you that you comfort me in my suffering. I pray that you lead me or that you lend me skills in my hands, like the hands of the healer, that you are to heal me, to lend me strength, to heal myself, and give me the power and grace to accept my healing right now. I deserve to be healed. I am humble. I am not afraid. I put my whole trust in you. I love you. I know by the power of the love of Christ consciousness and Jesus and all my highest guides in the angelic realm that this and whatever negative, so you say your condition, so that this, my left eye, and whatever negative energy affects me, I now breathe out of my body. It no longer resides in my energy field or my mind or my body or my spirit. All illness, all negativity is gone. I am a believer. You are the healer right now, and you have healed me. I am so grateful to have my breath. I breathe love, and I am flowing in the amazing higher quantum fifth dimension, and I am healed. I know you've saved me. I know you are restoring my health through my thoughts and through my body right now. I know that you hear me right now. I believe and I know through the grace of Christ consciousness, I feel good and loved by you. I have no fear, only love and light. I feel amazing. My physical being is healed. El Shaddai and the power of God reside in me. I glorify you and I am glorified in you. Amen.
Amen. Namaste.
Namaste.
Beautiful.
Going to
Said that.
commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk more with Kimberly Meredith. Her book is Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. This is Nancy Yearout. This is High Road to Humanity, and we'll be right back. Hi, this is Nancy Yearout. This is High Road to Humanity. I'm here today with Kimberly Meredith. I'm so glad you joined me today. She's such a wealth of information. There is so much in this book. There is so much to talk about. We could probably do 5 shows on this one. But Kimberly, I just wanted to say this quote because it hit home with me. And then I want to talk about health. But she said, this really hit home, you guys. She says, you made a decision to stop trying to control, or actually you did, but this hits home with me. So you made a decision to stop trying to control so much in my life and instead to let go and flow with whatever was going to happen.
Yes, that is really important. Because when you're in the third dimension, is a lot of fear and anxiety and worry. And when you move out of that frequency, you're more in a fifth dimensional state of consciousness, which is you're letting go and you're letting the energy, which allows more miracles to happen. So when I was first injured, I was caught up in pain and suffering. And in that pain and suffering, just like a lot of people right now are having a lot of worry and fear and dis-ease, you let go and you let this energy. So some people call it God, source, love, frequency. When you're in the fifth dimension, you let go and you experience this miraculous energy, and it's a flow, and it's letting yourself be in this higher consciousness, and this higher consciousness lets this beautiful energy come in. So there's practices and tools in my book that teach you how to let this happen. When you let it happen, you miraculously become healed and your life is easier and more abundant. So because of the pain and the suffering that I went through was so enormous, you almost want to control it through pain medicine, through all kinds of conditioning, but sometimes you have to just let it go. So more and more people are learning that through meditation and prayer and letting things go is actually letting yourself go into a higher dimensional frequency. But does take a practice of learning how to do that. So like I teach a mentorship program right now.
On that.
And in the mentorship program, yes, on that. And in the mentorship program, there's homework, daily homework. But the daily homework is learning how to let go, but also be committed to goals and practices.
Right. I want to say something as you're talking, it brings back let go, let God, because really, here's the deal. God's in charge.
And no more stinking thinking.
Right. We're not in charge at all. This is the key. I just want to say this because as you're speaking, it's making it, and I know this, and a lot of us know this, we really are not in charge. There is a higher power that is in charge. And when we let go and we I call him God, you can say creator, whatever, and let God do his work, then you are prosperous and you flow because he wants us to be happy. He wants the joy to be here. So when you and we're all like, oh, let me control that. Let me control that. But no, it's really the opposite.
You're so correct. And some people will say to me, how did this happen to you, Kimberly? You've only been a healer or how did you get a book? It's only been 5 years or something since this happened to you. It's because I had the near-death experiences and I had this other life, but I said yes to this new life, and I'm a puppet for the Holy Spirit, and I said yes to it. I could have said no.
Yes. Yeah.
But I said yes.
We have a choice. Yeah.
Many people come to me and say, well, now since COVID, now since this happened, I don't have that business anymore. I don't have these things. I'm so upset. I'm depressed. What do I do now? I say, write down a few things that you feel and let God come in and guide you. Don't be afraid. Don't go into the third dimension. So what you asked me about letting go, you're not letting go of anything. Don't be afraid. Let God come in and go into the fifth dimension and you'll be guided.
Right. I love it. I work for God and so do you.
Yes. He's our big boss.
That's right. Well, I love it. I absolutely love it. All right. You are such a health person. And in your book, we're going to skip ahead a little bit. I have all these notes. She has prayers in her book. She has affirmations. I'm big on affirmations. She has exercises. She has chakra meditations. She talks about health recipes, being a vegan. You were talking about water. Talk about water, because I've been guided to get one of those purifier things, and I haven't done it. I haven't broken down and done it. Why do we need to do these things? Talk to us.
Okay. So in my new book, I I am truly obsessed with water. Okay. So after I left and came back, God had me obsessed with water.
Okay.
So the thing is with water, and because of my clients that come in, I'd say 85% of my clients have thyroid conditions, immune suppressed conditions. We don't have to say, but lots of things out there cause a lot of dis-ease in the body that I know for sure comes from water.
Okay.
And as taking in different types of foods that have been cooked with water, and
Oh,
the water, and I've been tested at a lot of scientific research institutes. And when I went to these scientific research institutes, they tested me with water. And I was correct in all the water research that I did.
okay.
So, water, from well water to tap water to alkaline water to mineral water. And I have my own opinions about water. And the water that I like the most is mineral water. Now, of course, not all of us can afford the mineral water that I like, which is Mountain Valley spring water. And Mountain Valley spring water is getting a big list now of everybody wanting to get it. But Mountain Valley spring water is one of my favorite waters. Now,
Okay.
you can't cook with Mountain Valley spring water, that's too expensive.
Right.
But you can put a nice filter on your sink to make sure you wash your fruits and vegetables with a good filtered water. And any filter out there is fine to wash your vegetables and cook with. But refrigerator water is not good. And a lot of people drink out of the
Oh,
refrigerator. And
oh.
refrigerator water, why is it not good? Because the filter does not last more than a few days. You're just drinking um,
Tap water.
salmonella. Yeah, it's just it's bad for you. So if you have
Okay.
COVID or lung cancers or things like that, it's really harming your lungs. Also, another thing, if you're going to purchase a filtering system, you don't want to have plastic.
Right.
You want steel grade and you want glass. And here's another tip, just because I'm really, please make sure you have a filter for your shower, and not a
Oh,
soft
what
water.
kind of filter? What kind of filter are you talking about,
Yeah.
Kimberly?
So one of my favorite filters is a company that's been around a while. They're super cool. They're very inexpensive. The owner just passed away,
Oh,
but he was so sweet and kind. It's called Rain Shower Filter.
okay.
And rain shower filter, they only make them for the showers, and they make it for gardening. Lots of huge organic gardening companies use them, and they cut out pesticides, bleach, um, and all kinds of rust. So when you're taking a shower and you're breathing in the steam, your lungs are not being affected by this. So you are not lowering your immune system, especially if you have COVID or immune suppressed conditions. So you can breathe in good, clean oxygen into your lungs. So if you're battling with some of these horrible immune suppressed conditions, then you have a really good chance of moving forward.
Wow. Thank you. That's huge.
It is huge because a lot of clients of mine, back when I was a kid working at UCLA, were catching aspergillus and other types of immune suppressed conditions by going home after a chemo treatment and breathing in tap water in their lungs through the shower steam.
Not even realizing it.
You want to make sure you have always a filter on your shower head.
Now,
And so
what if you take baths? I
I was,
take baths. Are we
you're,
on the same page?
you're so psychic. Yes. So I've been researching, because that's all I do.
Mhm.
Is there a lot of research out there about baths, taking
Right.
getting a filter, and a lot of people buy home filter systems.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, they don't last very long,
Okay.
and they spend a lot of money on
I know they're expensive. Yeah.
a lot of money. And I have a lot of clients that go, Kimberly, I just spent millions of dollars on my filtering system. So people double protect. They still get the filter, even if they have a home system. And then rain shower is the only one I know that has a bath ball.
Okay.
So cool. You can travel, go to Europe, go all over with your little bath ball and
Okay.
in the tub, and it's 3,000 baths
All
for
right.
one bath
Because I
ball.
put salt. I put salt in my tub.
That's fine. You can still use the bath ball. You just put
Okay.
the bath ball in there for like, I think it's 5 minutes, and you make sure the tub is completely pulled out of all the rust, pesticides, bleach, and then you put your salts in there.
That's amazing. Well, you've convinced me because I've been thinking about getting one of those filtration systems for a while, the kind that are just freestanding, not the kind you hook up to the house. And I haven't done it. And, it's like one of those things, it's like in the back of your mind, like, what do you think about when we come back? I want to know what you think about the microwaves. All right. Hey, this is Nancy Yearout. I'm here today with Kimberly Meredith. Her book is Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. This is High Road to Humanity, and we'll be right back. Hi, this is Nancy Yearout, and this is High Road to Humanity. I'm here today with Kimberly Meredith. Her book is Awakening to the Fifth Dimension. If you're watching me on YouTube today, Kimberly, we were talking about water. I wanted you to address microwave energy. I've had a lot of people say to me, don't put stuff in the microwave. I catch myself hesitating every time I do it. Like, could I cook that on the stove instead? But I think the biggest thing is I'm always sticking my cup of coffee in there to heat it back up. Talk to us about this. What do you know?
I got rid of my microwave. Thank you for talking about the microwaves. I got rid of my microwave about 4 years ago. I feel that it's just, I feel like anything with the radiation is probably not a good idea. I boil my water on the stove, and I always drink my water for coffee or tea. I drink organic coffee and maybe like 1 cup. And then mostly it's tea and green teas and ginger teas and stuff. I'm not a fan of anything that's radioactive like that. I just feel it's probably not good for our systems. I don't do any processed foods.
Right.
Um, I feel like it's funny. I had another healer sort of filmmaker in my house, and one day he was here with the microwave, and he says, "I'm getting it out. I'm taking it out of here." And I said, "What?" And at first I was like, my eyes blink. So the left eye will blink yes, right eye blinks no. And I get downloads, from all different scientists coming in. I said, "Don't take my microwave. Don't take my microwave." And he's like, "What are you talking about? What do your guides say?" Like you're asking me. And they went, "No, no, no." And they blinked 10, meaning in 10 years, we only have 10 years right now to move humanity forward. So they went, no 10, no 10, meaning we have to get rid of microwaves. So he picked up my microwave and he brought it outside to where they would pick it up, to take it. And I was like, oh my God. So it was very easy for me to get rid of mine. So no, I don't feel they're good for us at all. Absolutely no.
Okay. Well, you sold me on that one. Let's talk a little bit.
Boil your water. Yeah.
What did you say? I'm
You're
sorry.
gonna have to boil your water.
And I don't mind. It's not even that, it's a convenience. That's what it is. It's become such a convenience. And, go ahead.
When you said that just now, it's they're coming and going, God, God, God. It's very interesting. You're saying that convenience, and they just spoke to me through God, and God is saying that everything that's going on right now, like when we went to processed food, when we went to plastic, that's when we got sick. And so
Right.
God is saying the microwaves, no; plastic, no; processed food, no;
Right.
TV dinners, no. We have to kind of go back to the old days, the old-fashioned days. That's when we
Absolutely.
had less cancer. So that's kind of the simple answer we're giving you.
And as you say that, I just want to say something that's really near and dear to my heart, because we need to go back to how we used to prepare foods. And I actually prepare all my own foods at home. And, the other thing is we need to go back to having integrity, to being kind. Okay. To having respect for each other, for your fellow man. We need to go back to the old ways, like, when I grew up, and you respected your elders. I remember that. Respect your elders, respect your grandparents. They've lived a long time. Respect yourself. A handshake meant something. right? I want to see that again. So all those old, yes, and it's not just the food, it's all of it. It's
Yeah.
all of it. It's
Yes,
all.
it's so sweet you said that because I remember when I go visit my grandma, who I dedicated the book to my grandma, and I leave, and she'd stand at the door and she'd wave goodbye to me, and she would just keep waving, waving goodbye, and I would drive away, and I'd say, "She's still standing there waving goodbye." And yesterday, my client left the office, and I walked my client out, and I waved goodbye to her, and she was at the elevator. She's like, "Okay, I'm bye," and I'm like, "Bye," and I kept waving to her. She
Like
really
grandma,
she
like
really
grandma.
liked that, yeah.
Mhm. But it's true, we've lost that.
Oh my gosh, there's no respect for people anymore.
That's
People are
why, yeah, Kimberly, these are the things that we have to go back to.
yes, yes. Immediately,
Honestly,
immediately.
absolutely. Yeah. We want to talk a little bit about Mary Magdalene.
Yes.
I told you I feel really strongly, a strong connection with her. I know you do too. Talk about this. Talk about Mary.
Um, Mother Mary, a great segue into water, because water, Mary in water. So at the Lord's, she appeared with water, the Lord's, and people putting their hands in the water and the holy water. When I'm doing the healings on people, so what I do is when people come to me, I do the scanning. I find things that are in people's bodies that they may not know of. So I'm very good with preventative um, information with people. And then I do healings on people. So, how Mother Mary comes to me is through the healing. Um,
Okay.
I do healing energy work. When I start to do the healing work with people, either in person in the office or through Skype or through events, she comes through me and I see her. And she's always standing in the water.
Oh,
She's appearing in the water. And she's at Lord's
okay.
in the water.
And she's what?
She's at Lord's in the water.
Okay.
Yeah. And her
At
hands are
Lord's. Okay.
yeah, her hands are open. And in
Okay.
the book, I talk about that. And she's always doing her work there. She's gentle, she's kind, she's sweet, she's miraculous. Mother Mary is a tool for healing. Mother Mary was born through Saint Anne, and Mother Mary keeps appearing. Mother Mary's been appearing forever. She will keep appearing throughout the world, and she's here
Right.
right now to help people through healing. We need to call on her more. And she's, if people want to get more healing through her, they can go to geranium oil, rose quartz. These are the
Okay.
types of things to work with, and understand that right now is the time to call on Mary, especially with your energy healing with your different types of chakras. So, the throat chakra, the heart chakra. People have a lot of conditions with their thyroid, heart, um, energy pull, meaning a lot of women, especially that come to me, have heart conditions, conditions, even brain problems, neck problems. They're having brain fog. All of this is because a lot of women, especially entrepreneurs that run businesses, have a constant pull with a masculine energy, balancing the masculine and feminine energy, and feel that they have to constantly be moving with a masculine pull right now.
Instead of their feminine.
Yes, but here's the secret: you can get everything done with the feminine divine energy, calling in the sacred feminine divine, still speaking in your soft, loving voice, still doing everything with the feminine divine. And this is going to work even more for you in the next 4 years, because what's going to happen is the divine feminine is going to come in super strong, and it's going to be here for us even more.
As you're saying this, I told Kimberly before the show, I communicate with the angelic realm and all of that. And I feel the closest to Mary. But this morning she sent me a message and she said exactly what you just said. She said, Nancy, if you need me, call on me.
Great, cool.
That's exactly what you just told the audience. And so I want to reiterate that. You guys, as you raise your vibration, call on Mother Mary to come in and help you. She will assist you, but you have to ask.
Call Mary. Call.
Yes.
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 Mary is
Yes.
here. She is
Yes.
here.
Mhm. And she's love, and she will show you, she will bring you comfort. It's a comfort. Don't you feel? It's a comforting energy.
She's safety, she's comfort, she's loving, she's kind, and she will come through and heal you even. She's miraculous Miriam.
I love it. It's so beautiful. Well, we don't have a ton of time. We've got a couple minutes left. What would you like to tell the audience before we get out of here today? You want to talk a little bit about something, a message? You have a message to share with us?
The main message is that everybody deserves to have a miracle in their life. Everybody deserves to experience their divine birth gifts. And everybody, I believe, can experience this and witness this miracle in their life. And if I've had this experience with Mary and Jesus and the Holy Spirit and have been so blessed to work with them, I know that you can work with them and you can go into the fifth dimension and beyond and do this. And I believe that by helping our brothers and sisters and meditating every day, at least 5 minutes a day, and the reason we're all here, that I believe, is to help each other and do this service work. And when we do that, that lifts us out of depression, that lifts us out of ourselves. And this is truly important right now in this time. And I'm just truly, truly grateful to be alive, and I help other people and be here for you right now. And if you need me, I'm here.
God bless. That's wonderful. Thank you. People want to get in touch with you. Give out your website again.
It's The Healing Trilogy, thehealingtrilogy.com.
Her book is Awakening to the Fifth Dimension, Revolutionary Wisdom from one of the world's most respected medical intuitive healers. And I'm really big on intuitive healers. I really believe in that. Of course, it's the divine working through you, but I mean, it's just amazing. And you do amazing work. And I just want to thank you for coming on the show today, Kimberly. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Nancy. I'm truly blessed to be on your show and honored. Thank you so
God
much.
bless. Hey, you guys, if you want a psychic reading, go to my website. I'll do an angel reading for you. Just go to nancyyearout.com. I'm going to be bringing you news with Nancy again this Sunday, so stay tuned for that. We're going to have Kimberly back. Hopefully you come back and see us again, talk more about that. Huh?
Oh, I would love that. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. All right. You guys, we got to get out of here for today. This is Nancy Yearout. This is High Road to Humanity, and we will see you next time. Everybody take care and God bless.
Connect the dots and keep the motion. Can achieve your goal. Let's hit the higher road.
Hey, you guys, join me next week on The High Road for more stories filled with wisdom, love, and hope for our future. Have a fabulous week, and know that by staying on the high road, you will make it to your destination. Visit my website, nancyyearout.com, where you can book a private session to learn how to tap into your own abilities. And check out my YouTube channel. It's Nancy Yearout's High Road to Humanity.
'Cause you can achieve your goal. Let's hit the high